Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we will check out the secret small update they did from the Ascension shop with some buffs to the new Phoenix pet. Before we proceed, make sure to click the like and subscribe button. And don't forget to turn on your notifications on so you don't miss any new video. Enjoy and have fun! They did a small update today from Ascension shop. They did some massive changes. Just look at it, it will no longer take all your shekels because they removed rebirthing. As everyone's suggestions, people who doesn't know how this thing works after rebirthing, they lost tons of shekels. We just ascended and we gained 10 garden coins for submitting 1 trillion shekels. By the way, every time you ascended, the shekels will increase to trillion. And also there are fruit requirements as well, but not that hard anymore. Just look at it, we only need a mushroom with no mutation, it's a lot easier now. And also, they did some small changes to shekels, it's now abbreviation. We can now identify how many shekels we got a lot easier now, thank God. They also did some changes from the garden coin shop inside the Ascended shop. All the upgrades has doubled the price of garden coins. It is because garden coins is a lot easier to farm now. And you can ascend every 4 hours now instead of 24 hours, that's a big change. Let's buy this ascended fence. By the way, the skins are still the same price, only upgrades got double the price. Wow, my fence are glowing and cool now. Other than the Ascension shop, they also buff most of the stuff from the fairy shop, it's a lot cheaper now. Enchanted Seed Pack can now be bought for 1,500 fairy points instead of 2,500. Enchanted Egg can now be bought for 7,500 fairy points instead of 10,000. Enchanted Crate can now be bought for 1,750 fairy points instead of 2,500. Enchanted Chest can now be bought for 8,000 fairy points instead of 15,000. Glimmering Crate can now be bought for 2,500 fairy points instead of 4,000. Wisp Well can now be bought for 1,500 fairy points instead of 3,250. Pixie Fern can now be bought for 600 fairy points instead of 800. Wisp can now be bought for 18,000 fairy points instead of 20,000. Drake can now be bought for 30,000 fairy points instead of 35,000. Pet Shard Glimmering can now be bought for 35,000 fairy points instead of 50,000. Untold Bell can now be bought for 6,000 fairy points instead of 7,500. And Luminous Sprite can now be bought for 30,000 fairy points instead of 40,000. That's a massive buff to all fairy items. And lastly, they buffed the Phoenix pet. The base cooldown has been buffed from 23 minutes to 6 minutes now. Minimum cooldown has been buffed from 6 minutes to 3 minutes now. Cooldown scaling also got buffed from -6.5 perk GG to 2.5 perk GG. The rainbow version of Phoenix also got an insane buff on its passive. Base cooldown has been buffed from 15 minutes to 3 minutes now. Minimum cooldown has been buffed from 3 minutes to 1 minute and 40 seconds, that's insane. Cooldown scaling also received a buff from -4.5 perk GG to -1.5 perk GG. Phoenix is doing pretty decent on the changes they did. That's all the new changes this secret update they did recently. If you have some questions, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share this video. Let's see if we can make it to 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Stay hot and thank you for watching.